I think I'm going to record it this way because I like that the birds keep flying around. Anywho, I know it's a mixture of like Mercury retrograde on top of like energetic spiritual attacks and just the energy shift. But y'all know they don't like when y'all mess with my technology. My car especially. You're gonna have to take this L. While I smoke this L, okay? So, at any rate, since they wanted to play, I was gonna wait a little longer. I'm like, why not just do it today? In a new environment, a new space, a new energy, receiving, new messages. And today, I wanted to start the daily beat, right? So, let's start with Daniel 12. Starting at verse 46. At that time, Michael, the great prince who protects your people, will arise. There will be a time of distress, such as not happened from the beginning of nations until then. But at that time, your people, everyone whose name is found written in the book, will be delivered. Multitudes who sleep in the dust of the earth will awake, some to everlasting life, others to shame and everlasting contempt. Sorry, this is actually the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 1. My apologies. I'm going to start over because I got time today. Follow along if you have your study Bibles. Page 1339. This is the Zondervan. Back to what we were saying. At that time, Michael, the great prince who protects your people, will arise. There will be a time of distress, such as not happened from the beginning of nations until then. But at that time, your people, everyone whose name is found written in the book, will be delivered. Multitudes who sleep in the dust of the earth will awake, some to everlasting life, others to shame and everlasting contempt. Those who are wise will shine like the brightness of the heaven, and those who lead many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever. But you, Daniel, close up and seal the words of the scroll until the time of the end. Many will go here and there to increase knowledge. I'm here to give y'all some motherfucking knowledge today. Excuse my language, but y'all know who I work for. And y'all know who he be commissioning me to. But y'all know who I work for. Stop playing. At any rate, she trapped herself. And now she's mad about it. There's a difference between being an opportunist and seeking opportunities, right? So in my career, people used to always say, you always got a new job, and you be having more than one job at a time. Yes, because in this field, when you get your bachelor's degree, it's simply a general, practice model, right? We learn a lot about everything. So when I got out of school, I knew where I wanted to focus my energy on youth, adolescence, but I didn't know in what capacity. And eventually, youth turned into adults. So my education, giving me that baseline, always allowed me to think outside the box and what opportunities I was seeking for myself. But within that, I would look at the people around me and see how they were opportunistic. They would see somebody who got something or who working on something, and they finagle their way into it, or them pick-me's, Oh, I gotta join a group, because if I join a group of people, it takes the attention off of me. But I don't want to not have no attention on me. So I need a group of people that I can kind of manipulate and control. And I've seen it happen in like professional settings where directors are like the leader of this fucking clique in this office space, where we're working with people who see the cliques, acknowledge the cliques, and actually move according to what the cliques want if there aren't any outliers there. And I've always been the outlier, and I don't give a fuck. So she trapped herself. She trapped herself in a room full of opportunistic people because she thought she was the biggest opportunist at the table. Little did she know she bit off more than she could chew. It's crazy when you go into a room and you think, I'm the big dog in here. I run this shit. Da da da. You don't know who's sitting at that fucking table with you. And you don't know what they know that you don't know. So you think you going into this room that I introduced you to. Going into this room with these people, and you think you the head honcho, because why? We already talked about this. Proximity and access does not give you power over someone. It simply gives you a glimpse into something. You don't know what. That's where discernment and discretion come in. In my younger years, we always talked about discretion. Not everybody need to know your business. Not everybody need to know the moves that you making. Yeah, you trying to join my org, I understand, But when you expose that you have joined this organization, we need it to mean something, because we don't accept just anybody into this. You understand? No, you don't understand. Let me vet you a little bit. Let me see if you could come. Let me see if you could go. Let me see if you won't. Okay. This is where people start getting comfortable, though. They think, oh, I got a little weight now. I could talk my shit a little bit. What? That was the whole fucking point. You went through all of that. Knowing that you was on some manipulative type, opportunistic type bullshit. And got caught up because you talk too fucking much. Well, you should have went back in the motherfucking archives. That's what I'm going to say about that one. But I digress. So you go into this room with these people. You're the big honcho, so you think. But everybody in the room kind of already done squared each other up a little bit. They ain't squared each other up to the T. But they got a little idea, you done placed yourself at the top. He know, because he did it too. They shut his ass right up. You go in there, you just talk. Talk. Run your mouth. I got this. I did this. I'm on this tight time, Honey, we are trying to get so far away from this. And because we know that you are on this type time that we are trying to get far away from, we now have to take action to get you the fuck about this table. But before we take action and get you about this table, we want to find out who the fuck you working with. Who else you got? Who else got this same mindset, these same maneuvers? Teach me your ways, oh guru. You want to know my ways? Is your way God's way? Because God is always first up in here. Oh, alright. You clearly forgot what the fuck this was, right? You forgot what this was, what this started off as. When I meet people, this is personally speaking, I typically meet them in a stage in their life where I can identify some things in my high priestess energy, in my empress energy, in my queen of whatever energy, Sometimes it's king is whatever energy. I can identify some things. But in doing that, and within my profession, we have this thing called self-disclosure, where I mute myself a little bit to gauge what type of relationship is this. Is this a potential friendship? Is this a potential relationship? Is this a potential enemy? Do you believe in God? Do you pray? Do you read your Bible? When's the last time you said thank you to God? When's the last time you asked God for something? Oh, you don't believe in God? Oh, you one of them people that you believe in the universe and all that. That's awesome. But all right. So when the last time you asked the universe for something? Oh, yesterday. You was over there asking the universe. You manifest stuff all the time. Oh, wow. But you don't talk to God. So who puts your what? How do you get these manifestations? Oh, that's a head scratcher, huh? Okay. No manipulative tactics. That opportunistic mindset that she's so naive. She's so gullible. Is she retarded? Like, is she dumb? Cause I'm not regular. I don't have to go in with the energy and the aura of the people around you. Cause guess what? I wasn't sent in to be an example of a representation of the people around you. When God sends me places, I'm gonna be real with y'all. He sent me in with the mindset of have fun, but don't forget you got work to do. And when the work not getting done, guess what? I'm gonna shut this shit down. They might be sending spiritual attacks at the same time, but you know who control this shit? The Lord up above, Jesus Daddy. Yeah, I control this shit. So don't forget you got a job to do, but have fun. So I'll be like, all right. And you know, in different parts of my journey, the fun has looked different. In the group home, it was like, all right, let's go on a house trip or whatever. Let's hee ha ha. But when the work had to get done, it got the fuck done. In my sorority, hey hee ha ha hee ha 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 ha. But when the work gotta get the fuck done, it gotta get the fuck done. In my family, oh hee ha ha y'all, yeah. But y'all acting the fuck up and y'all look a hot mess out here. And if ain't nobody else gonna say it, it shall definitely be the people inside your household to tell you before somebody outside your household tells you. So before you get mad at me for not telling you something about you, how about you talk to the people around you on a regular basis who speak to you on a regular basis? Okay? That's just a little tidbit. That also is in alignment. Because if you're not on my mission, or if I done put too much energy into you, and I see it's going in fucking bullshit, I remove my energy completely. That makes sense. The logic in that makes sense. If I'm an inverter, a power bank that is receiving God, Christ consciousness energy, and I am sent on a mission to have fun, but to share the message, the divine Christ energy. That's what I'm doing. I'm not focused on you and your bullshit. So I'm giving you this energy. It's supposed to be powering something larger than both of us. But you done clogged it up so much so you can harness the energy to yourself. We already talked about this. It gotta go somewhere. It gotta go. When your cup overfloweth, when God gives you your blessings in abundance, it gotta go somewhere. I might not have a lot on me, but I got a lot on me. You understand? And if you ever met me in real physical form, you know that about me. More and more people are feeling more comfortable to share their first impressions, or like when I first saw you, I said, oh my, that's my dream. That's my nightmare. Whatever. Look, you lined that up like that. I told you. Keep playing. You're gonna manifest my daddy in your dreams. And you thought it was a game. Sorry, that's a little tidbit because he keep playing in my energy. Anyway. So mind, body, spirit. I'm the captain of my soul. You know, God is the captain of my soul, of my path, of my divine mission. If I'm not in complete control, I know I am on divine autopilot. But what I'm not finna do is let one of you mortals have control over my path. What Kendrick said? Don't put your life in these weird niggas' hands. Why would I? That worked for you? That's great. I'm so happy that worked for you. That's not gonna work for me. In the journey I'm in, you could go shake your ass in the club, go have some niggas. I got $19 for a lap dance, but I only got $1 for a cigarette. I can't do that shit. I drive a yellow Tesla. These niggas will be looking for me. Don't look for me, because my ancestors will be waiting for you at the gate with our big ass guard hounds. Okay? At any rate, I got $19 for a lap dance, but I only got $1 for a cigarette. Well, I got $20, right? So I'm gonna go use this $5 to go get where I need to be so I can go make this bag. In the meantime, I know I could spend about $3 on some wraps. I got $3 for a bottle of wine, and I'm gonna spend about $5 or $6. You know, did I go over budget? It don't matter because I'm making money while I'm blowing the bag. That's what y'all don't understand. Y'all be stacking Krabby Patties up, waiting for somebody to come knock them bitches down. If y'all don't go eat some of them damn Krabby Patties, one of my old past life peers from school was like, what do you think about retirement? And this was probably about 4 years ago. And 4 years ago, the people I was fucking with, I told them, if anybody asks you about me, tell them I'm homeless and living out of my car. Which technically I was homeless and living out of my car. So when she asked me about retirement, it put me in a state of mind like, what the fuck is retirement? Whatever idea of retirement I once had is no longer that. You know? I don't have any children, so the idea of, oh, well, I have kinfolk to take care of me, that's not a thing. And then in the world that we was living with, niggas was dying from just breathing, so that's not a thing. Like, so it was just like, I think I want to focus on give us this day our daily bread. Like, if you ask me, I'm in retirement now, I guess. All them days of working and toil and all that and busting the concrete in the field of social work and human services and go to this house and do this assessment and wake up at 3 in the morning because this cell phone going off and the foster parent trying to kick the kid out, or sit at this office and deal with this fucking tyrant because the foster parent won't let him come back to the house. I lived that life. I've seen people do it in the medical field. I've seen people do it in the technological field. I've seen people do it in public health. I've seen people do it in public service as a police officer. Work themselves down to the bone. And I get it. We need those people. But some of y'all, you're part of something way bigger. You're part of something way bigger. There's always going to be, I can't even say always. There's going to be a place for them people that need to be put in them places. But when the people who's supposed to be in the places that these not supposed to be people at get in the places they supposed to be, all these fucking systems will change. Any resemblance of these broken ass systems that we see impacting our mind, body, spirit will be obsolete. I've been attacked on every spiritual dimension. At every level. Every single level. From the time I was a child, I've been able to identify through my timeline where the spiritual attacks actually occurred. I could tell you, I was like the baby that came after the baby they lost. So it was like, oh, it's a blessing. Hold on to it, cherish it, covet it. Don't covet your neighbor's stuff. What the fuck? What idea did you have for my life? You didn't. You just knew you wanted a baby girl in the family. Okay. Well, baby girl got a mission. God had hit me up before I got down here and was like, who do I send? I said, send me, send me. He said, all right, you got Carl and Marcella. I said, oh shit. Carl and Marcella? You had to understand. My mom was a very like soft-spoken, like 5'8" stature, but she was a school teacher. Like she was the embodiment of that school teacher. My dad was 6'4", damn near 500 pounds, but still waddled around, like still got around, still bust you up if you got the fuck in his face. Still drove his conversion van. When he got up in that bitch, it did lean down a little bit, but you knew, like, the fuck, what type of time you want? I'm gonna get this bag, take care of my family. I got mouths to feed. Don't lie to me, 'cause I'll fuck you up. Which I kind of get. I'm gonna help you if you lying to me. What the fuck? But that impulse control, woo, baby, I still work on it. At any rate, send me. All right, these your folks. These your initial trainers. Oh my goodness. Then I'm gonna place you in a neighborhood where you gonna get to observe all different types of people. Oh, they all broke. They all impoverished. This is your trajectory. This is where the spiritual attacks want to lead you to. Pay attention. I'm paying attention. I'm sitting on the green thing. We had these big green electrical boxes. I used to bang my back of my heel on it. Pow, 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 pow. But I'll be sitting out there with my notebook. Journaling, writing poems and shit. Writing little secret crush letters that I never delivered. I would go back in my room and I hide it. Like, I know they reading my shit. So then I just got into the habit. Whatever you write down, just know somebody is going to be reading it. Somebody is going to. That was from a very early age, y'all. I'm talking preteens. I'm talking elementary school. I was up on stage at the talent show reading a handwritten poem about the African queen, yours truly, in 1997. Who the fuck is she? Send me, Lord, send me. Let me talk to these little white folk. Because like I said, I lived in an impoverished neighborhood, but the school district I went to was well off. Like, and it was mostly predominantly white. It gave me a great training ground. And this is early years, so we could talk about college, but I don't fucking feel like it. So you go through these processes. You have this encompassing experience of mind, body, spirit. And then you learn and you grow and you ascend. And then you meet some fucking opportunistic ass person. And they greet you with a smile, give you a Coke, pop it open for you. Here, have a sip. Oh, you're so kind. What you working on? I see you have a little auric light around you, and I'm not sure why you have it. By my standards, by my childhood, by my experiences, someone like you shouldn't have that overall encompassing mind, body, spirit alignment. Little do you know, this ain't even my final stage. I'm literally an empty power bank. I just got the matte gloss dry on the one side, and that's just cosmetic stuff. Everything else, it just looks like the basic stock. When I get done with this power bank, it's gonna be all types of bedazzles with a little graffiti on the side too, cause you know I don't want nobody to think my shit is too you know. Sometimes you gotta fake be a knight out here, but you really a fucking king, fucking empress, fucking emperor. The fuck? What you thought this was? At any rate, they see you in that state, they think gullible, naive, naivete. They come out with this Seven of Swords energy. Look at them. And when I look at the Seven of Swords in the tarot, it's this individual who has 5 swords in their hand, and the swords are they holding it from the sword part, not the handle, because they try to get away so quickly, but they looking back at the same time all sneakily to see if you crying. You took my swords. And when they look back, they like, fuck, I dropped 2 swords on the ground. That's Seven of Swords energy. That's that moment in time. That's that still frame. That's that picture. Made a picture on a broken glass. They look back. And at this point, they gotta decide: do I just continue like in this Seven of Swords energy? Keep, looking back, don't leave, please don't. But you can go, please don't. But I like to see you walk away. I hate to watch you leave. The fuck? Or do they go into the Eight of Swords, where they in reflection? Now they got that extra sword. That extra sword is the truth. The truth is you stole these 7 swords. You know they not yours. And for me, my swords are my mental conflict cards, my mental capacity cards. You in mental conflict about that. The other person back there, they left with the 1 sword in their hand and the 2 swords that you left on the ground. If I pick up all 3 of these swords, that's the 3 of Swords energy. Why the fuck would I want to give myself heartbreak over the betrayal because I'm in indecision? No, I'm going to just keep this 1 sword because this 1 sword is Archangel Michael. We just talked about Michael in the book of Daniel. I'm going to hold on to this truth. I know my truth. I know my experiences. I have a good indicator of your experiences based off the experiences I've gone through. I've helped people go through, but I've also watched people go through. So you go ahead, take them 5 swords you got in your hand. You can go kiki with your friends, your homies about it, because, you can't really do much with 5 swords other than give 4 other people 1 sword. And then y'all can play fight with it until somebody get cut. You cut me with the truth. Why the fuck you bring these lies over here? You want us to play with these lies with you? Then you mad you got cut with the truth? Well, shit, give me 2 of them swords. Now I'm in the indecision. Like, shit, well, if I know these 2 swords I got in my hand, one of them is the truth that I done already cut you with. The other one is lies, but I kind of want to keep playing because at least with 2 swords and all, because once they start giving you the other 5 that they done stole, you got to go through that. You got to go through that process. 1, 2, 3, the devil's after me. 4, 5, 6, he's always throwing sticks. 7, 8, 9, he misses every time. Hallelujah, 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 amen. That's where that 10 of swords come in, because I don't fucking play around with the devil. I work for the Lord. I said, send me, send me. It's like having somebody come in and do an audit. I'm like, hey, I'm from Internal Affairs. We're doing an audit of your files. And you sit down at the table. You know you've been doing fuck shit. You know you got these 5 swords in your back pocket. And you know you got one sword, you can tell the truth right now. And then you don't gotta worry about the rest of these 4 people coming up in here, showing their truth too. You can just lay all the swords down. Or you can hold on to these swords in your back pocket and hope they don't cut your ass up. But 1, 2, 3, the devil's after me. By the time you hit that 3 of swords energy, you are in the heartbreak betrayal. The devil's after me. 4, 5, 6, he's always throwing sticks. 4, you in reflection. Fuck, I might have fucked up. I don't know. Should I take taking these swords? I don't know. 5, let me go share this with other people. Let me go see what they think about it. Oh, y'all think it's cool? Alright. 6, they left me. I no longer serve them. Now I'm stuck with these swords. Now I gotta deal with this mental conflict. But this note is so cold. Cause you wanted to be in the 7, right? Okay, 7, 8, 9. He misses every time. The fuck you thought you was gonna do with that? What you thought you was gonna do with all these swords in your hand? Why does anybody in their right mind walk with that many swords in their hand? Why do you have all those swords in your hand? What are all these mental conflicts? Who are you talking to? Who's in your ear? What is the truth of the situation? What experience have you had with me, mind, body, spirit? Has those experiences been with the people that you're talking to? No. So why the fuck would they know anything about anything? Actually, based off my high priestess, energy, I don't know. They already in the 8 of swords. Because they had this same shit happen. They just trying to do this fuck shit with you to see if you gonna crash test dummy, crash into the fucking wall too. And guess what? Yup. That's exactly where you're heading. That's exactly where you're heading. So you done went in there and you done talked to internal affairs and told them all your business. We have reason to believe in internal theft. Do you know anything about that? No. This person. Well, actually, Monica's been stealing shirts. I don't know who Monica is. I don't know if she's stealing shirts. But I'm just using that person as an example. Now you done told what truth that don't have nothing to do with the sword, the set of swords you done do. We are questioning you about the set of swords associated with Group A. You are telling the truth on swords associated with Group B. So when I go and talk to Group B, now I gotta say, well, I know this. And now they got one of your swords. They spit the truth. Well, this is actually the set of swords that we wanted. This is getting good, right? That's how this shit go. If you learn the lessons, then you get to go to the next step. If I'm sitting there and you telling me about the set of swords in B, and I'm like, well, they don't have nothing to do with A, so I guess you're good to go. But what? You ain't hear them talk about send me, Lord, send me. These auditors out here fucking bullshitting. I forgot I done did service coordination. I was the assessment worker going out to your grandma's house. What's good with you? Do you really need these services? Alright. Let's see. You gonna do with some services. You know you don't need no services. But by the time they got to me, that was already done. They had already determined that you are eligible for services. I'm just coming in to determine how much service, the duration of the services you'll receive, the level of care that you'll receive. They already determined. So if I'm commissioned on both sides, I'm determining, you got some assessment stuff that you wasn't supposed to be getting. Yeah, I'm finna come in and assess that. Or you've been supposed to be getting more than what you've been getting. Let's up this a little bit. Or you cool? You good where you at? Keep up the good work or not. But assessments is different. We want to see an increase in improvement. But when you working with senior, service coordination, No improvement and no, decline is fine. Look, just don't decline. If you get better, then you don't get those services. I don't work like that no more. That's why I had to get up out of there. I can't do that work like that no more. What the fuck? So we just want these seniors to just need services? We not gonna do no okay, I guess they're old. They're old anyway. Well, shit. Ain't we all gonna be old? I don't want y'all to be thinking like this when I get like what the fuck? Oh no, honey. Oh no. So attacked on all levels and all dimensions. I'm not even 40 yet. And so doing assessments for people 55 and plus who need services, it gives you a different perspective on life and the access to the things that we need. They call activities of daily living and supplemental activities of daily living. It's like, do you need any durable medical equipment? Do you need help getting up from the toilet? Do you need one of them strings to pull? Like, I'm falling, I can't get up. Like, life alert. People laugh at them commercials, but that's dead ass. Like, I had a client. He fell on the floor. He's this widow. His wife had passed the breast cancer. So I think he said he was like in his mid-50s, had a stroke at home. Just him. Couldn't get up. Was on the floor for 2 days. 2 days his neighbors didn't see him or his car move. So it was like, what's going on? His dog was the only other living thing in the house, was leaving dog treats and dog food around him. Like, are you okay? Just hopefully somebody comes soon. Like, that's real. I'm gonna be old. You gonna be old. They gonna be old, God willing. I don't want to work that hard. Retirement, I gotta wait till how old till I retire? What the fuck is retirement? Who came up with this? Who came up with this? God said enjoy the days of labor, toil and labor. Cause you're gonna miss them when you get old, and the wisdom and the experience. I miss the olden days, but I ain't never thought I was gonna be the person that not just I'm done working cold turkey. What the fuck is that? What even is that? That's for them people who look at work as work. Nah, B, this a purpose. This a mission. This is divine. This was a sacrifice. So, when you're going through your journey and you find yourself in these states of being attacked, mind, body, spirit, on all levels and all dimensions, from your family, your friends, colleagues, lovers, bosses, shit, even in the age of Aquarius, communities, organizations, and groups. What you do with that energy? How do you transmute that energy? Did you have appropriate training to get you through that energy? Perhaps that's what I'm here for in these daily beats. And I don't know if they'll be daily, but when shit like this happen, I don't have no choice but to talk my shit. And so I've already started the next segment, this fucking twin journey. I got one before this, but this twin journey, twins are not just fuck buddies. Like, twins really be on some other type time. That's your reflection. Like, the good, the bad, the ugly. You gotta sort through that. Which of that is your good? Which of that is your bad? Which of that is your ugly? Which of that is a reflection of dualities and the polarities of the good, bad, and ugly if I continue on one route versus the other route? And given this is a divine mission, I know that one path in the crossroad leads to abundance and prosperity and divine insight, and the other one leads to hellfire. Oh shit, I've already been through that, twin. That's you. That's your reflection on the other side, because I've already been through that. What the fuck is this? I ain't never been through this before. Oh, this is cool. You can do this? This what you been up to? And then you get into the bumps and, the turbulence. You be like, oh, I gotta go. I see you in a little bit, I got shit to do. Hold up. But in that, you gain new insights, new perspectives, a new understanding. So that in the twin journey and the divine mission, that capacity can apply that. And eventually, shit, get to fall back and grow. I don't fucking know. Like, y'all be so dead set on getting to the end. Like, that's the end. I don't know. Is you in retirement now? Is this your idea of retirement? Is this my idea of retirement? The fuck is retirement? Who came up with this? Maybe I'll look up the history of retirement. But then it would have to be applicable to, like, I guess the U.S. Whatever. Have a fantastic day, y'all. Let me see if my internet is working again.